Welcome to College Football Legends, where we dive deep into the stories of the game's greatest heroes. We all know that coaching plays a vital role in the success of a program. It can be the difference between the glory of hoisting the coveted national championship trophy or the agony of a losing season. Now, even the best coaches find themselves in awkward situations. So today, we're going to continue our countdown of the top 5 awkward, shocking, and downright cringeworthy moments in college football. The late great Mike Leach was a man that exuded charisma, innovation, and pure brilliance. To describe his personality in a few words would not do it justice. Whether he was discussing a complex offensive strategy that focused on the passing game, or topics that range from history, astronomy, and even pirate folklore, there was never a dull moment around this unique individual. On the field, he was known for developing a passing attack that yielded record-setting statistics and upset victories against some of the premier programs in college football. Off the field, his interviews were insightful, thought-provoking, and in some cases left you scratching your head. Mike Leach began his career as an assistant at Cal Poly, which is located in San Luis Obispo, California. His next position was as an offensive coordinator at Iowa Wesleyan under his mentor Hal Hume. This propelled his career, which he became the legend we know today. Mike Leach and his mentor moved on to Valdosta State and then on to the University of Kentucky, where he developed quarterback Tim Couch, who set several records in the Southeastern Conference and eventually went on to be drafted first overall by the Cleveland Browns in the 1999 NFL Draft. As an assistant, under the mentorship of Coach Hal Hume, Mike Leach began to develop a unique yet effective passing strategy known as the air raid attack. This fast-paced offense creates confusion with multiple formations while keeping the defense off balance while simultaneously winning the time of possession battle. Mike Leach took his very first head coaching position at Texas Tech University. Not only was he about to take the entire college football landscape by storm, the entire country would be introduced by a man whose brilliant play calling would only be eclipsed by his unique yet eccentric personality. In this particular video, I don't want to focus on the X's and O's of a very complex offensive strategy. However, I want to focus on Coach Leach's achievements and who he was as a person. Upon his arrival to Texas Tech University, he was taking over a program that consistently found themselves at the bottom of the Big 12 rankings. This was a program that indeed was in need of a major overhaul. Installing his air raid passing attack transformed a program that was in the lower middle tier rung of the Big 12 into one of the premier programs of the conference. More importantly, he focused on developing his players and provided mentorship that would allow them to excel in the game of football and in the game of life. Many of his lectures to his players included topics that were not even remotely close to the game of football, yet he found a way to make it relevant to the sport. For example, he was obsessed with pirate folklore, and as coincidence would have it, he used the Red Raider mascot of Texas Tech University to personify the attitude and culture of the program. Most of the players at Texas Tech were overlooked by conference powerhouses such as Oklahoma and Texas. To put it plainly, they were rejects of the premier programs of college football. Many of his players had something to prove, and they played with a chip on their shoulder. Mike Leach channeled this attitude into a program that would change the status quo of the Big 12 Conference. Most of the Big 12 programs during that era were known for having a solid yet dominant running attack, while having a conservative yet effective pro-style passing offense. Mike Leach's unconventional yet effective air raid strategy excited fans, lit up scoreboards, and led to upset victories amongst the premier programs in the country. Most notably, a dramatic walk-off touchdown from quarterback Graham Harrell to Michael Crabtree, defeating the #1 ranked Texas Longhorns. The program's pirate mentality, along with record-setting quarterbacks such as B.J. Simmons, Graham Harrell, and Cliff Kingsbury, made the Texas Tech Raiders a force to be reckoned with. When asked by reporters on how a program like Texas Tech can be such a dominant force, he just simply stated,
once in a while a pirate can beat a soldier,
Mike Leach went on to replicate the same success at Washington State University, posting an 11-win season in 2018, with Gardner Minshew leading their offensive quarterback. Regardless of where he coached, he found success wherever he went. His success on the field was only eclipsed by his eccentric quotes and interviews. Some of my personal favorites were his takes on thought-provoking topics such as Halloween candy, the weather, and wedding planning.
About on the broadcast how you hate candy corn. What's your favorite Halloween
candy corn? I completely hate candy corn. When I was a kid, gummy bears, let's see. Gummy bears for sure.
Sour or regular?
The Haribo. It's got to be the Haribo ones.
Here's a message from the National Weather Service. It's hot. It's hot in Lubbock, Texas, and it's going to be hot.
When it comes to marriages, the women lose their mind. Your fiance's going to lose her mind. Your mother-in-law is going to lose her mind. Your mom is going to lose her mind. Several of your sisters and female relatives are going to lose their mind, and they're gonna barrage you with constant questions.
What's your reaction to some of those calls in the first half?
What's your reaction? You're watching the same game I am.
In addition, he seemed very obsessed and concerned with the body size and the opinions of his players' girlfriends.
As coaches, we failed to get through to them. As coaches, we failed to make our coaching points and our points more compelling than their fat little girlfriends. Now, their fat little girlfriends have some obvious advantages. For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear, which is how great you are and how easy it's going to be.
His takes on a vast array of topics were funny, interesting, eccentric, and sometimes just left you scratching your head. Mike Leach's final stop as head coach was at Mississippi State University, a program in the SEC Western Division that consistently finds themselves on the losing ends at the hands of Alabama, Auburn, and LSU. Upon his arrival to Mississippi State, he transformed a traditional running team into the offensive version of the United States Air Force. His air raid offense allowed the team to score at will, similar to a military air raid attack. In many cases, this kept the Mississippi State Bulldogs in games that would normally be out of reach. During his short time at Mississippi State, he gave the Bulldog faithful hope that the program was heading in the right direction. Unfortunately, in an unexpected sequence of events, Mike Leach passed away of a heart attack at the age of 61 following the 2022 season. He will always be remembered for his unique ability to turn struggling programs into contenders. His quotes, funny outtakes, and thought-provoking opinions will live on forever. Stay tuned for next week's Top 5 College Coaches' Funniest, Awkward, and Cringeworthy Moments in College Football. What was your favorite Mike Leach quote or funny moment? Feel free to comment below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to continue this countdown, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode of College Football Legends, where we celebrate the unforgettable players and moments that define the sport we love.